What's going on? What's going on? Brutus here, bringing you another OneHive War Recap video, where CWL Season 2, Week 1, OneHive versus Reddit Omega, where the break was very great war, 113 to 112. We came away with the victory, also with percent by just about a full percent, just under it, 94.35 to 93. Point breakdown for this war was 14 in fill. And then let's take a look at what Reddit Omega did to us. They were doubling the top 5 Town Hall 11s. They cleared all but 3 Town Hall 10s, and then, of course, everything else. OneHive, we doubled the top 5 Town Hall 11s and cleared all the Town Hall 10s with the exception of 2. And that's your 1-star difference maker. You can kind of catch the how the decisions happened towards the end of the war to pull this down. But basically, it was a percentage game towards the end. And let's get into some of that. Let's talk about how well Reddit Omega did. Their 10v11 game, look at that. That's only about, I think it was 10 total. There is an 11 attempt on here. Going for 3 towards the end, but so it's a little misleading. But they did altogether use 10 Town Hall 10 attacks to double all the Town Hall 11s from us, and they did it pretty early in the war, so that was on their favor. The other thing that they did was they just really, their hit rate on their 9s was really impressive, and we just stumbled coming out, not hitting on all cylinders at the Town Hall 9 game that we usually had hoped to. So they had a lot of scouts. They had a lot more scouts than we did, and that favored them. For the 11s on our side, we sorry about that. We just came under. What is that? That's 5, 2, 5, 11. We had to use 1 extra Town Hall 10. On their 11s to clear that, with their number 5 being really stingy towards the end of the war. And then let's transition over into the dip game. They were perfect on their dips. The only fail that you're looking at with Dylan on 5, that's an 11 on 11 attempt towards the end, going for that 3-star basically going for the 3-star and winning an outright. On us, our attacks for our dips, we had 1 dip fail for our Town Hall 11s. So it really was the score, and the total percentage truly captures how close of a war that was. If I had to give the edge a little bit, I honestly would give a little bit of the edge to Reddit Omega throughout the war because of how well they started, and they also finished well as in the end. So that's that. At the end of the day, though, we came away with that victory. Respect out to Reddit Omega. Let's go down into the replays. Let's go down and show some of that sexy 10-on-10 action. Where are we at? Let's start with Tomah first. That sweet, dirty 10-on-10 action. Here we have Tomah going in with 2 hounds, 16 loons, 8 bowlers, and a golem. Going to use a jump and 2 heals. Right now, he's just getting over some of that percentage at the top here with that baby dragon. Relatively uncovered by any air. So you can get a lot of return investment on that. Getting a few defenses or stopping points from air for his Lalo portion, because really it's just a stopping point for his loons. But nice, easy funnel. Great return on investment on for that baby dragon at the top at the 12 o'clock. And I really liked how he used that giant just to help take away some of the point defense on the other baby dragon. You don't get much more wider of a funnel than what Atoma did right here. This was really pretty. And then the queen comes in with the ability still in hand, relatively healthy. 3/4 of her health still left, and the Infernal Tower is already gone. Meanwhile, he's got the wall breakers helping the BK. Only a few to help weaken the wall, keeping troop size in mind. Then the bowler's right behind that. Rage and a jump to get... Look how many air defenses he'll get with this. Plus, he keeps the Hound Loon CC away from the queen, which gives his queen much more value, erasing some of that point defenses. That's only going to help his Lalo portion, which he already started at this point. As you can see that there's sliding in, being dragged across the base. In fact, at this point, all the air defenses are down. He's got hounds. Really unlucky. Look at all those lava pups. He's got hounds that stop midway through the base because of this. In a scary moment right here, you know, you're basically just screaming like, come on, somebody get that queen. He did almost too good of a job, but once they get those defenses, the queen's locked onto it, and at this point, she's shooting on some loons while the pups come in to snipe, and then the loons are like, okay, we'll go ahead and finish this off. The lava pups take care of the air Larrys that were petting the loons. The only real threat at this point is this lava hound that was stuck in the core, shooting at that bowler, but then he drags it over to the far right with that archer that he keeps in. That's just almost standard with his kinds of raids. Just so nice. So nice. That was really a great raid. I really enjoyed that. Go to ×2 for cleanup. I got 2 more to show you for Town Hall 10s. I don't think I mentioned the Town Hall 10 game at the beginning. I apologize. Reddit Omega had 2 10v10s, and OneHive had 3. Continue to go down. We got 6 on Fergal. I must say, Chris, man, it's almost odd to see you not use dragons. I'm so accustomed to watching Chris use dragons, but I'm not complaining. I almost, whenever I'm looking for Town Hall 10 dragon advice, I go knock on Chris's door. But here he is using 22 loons with 2 hounds and a cold blood entry, 1 golem, and targeted bowlers with that bounce gets the double layer funnel going on, which keeps the majority of his bowlers to the right. Split kill squad with this queen going left. She's going to get the second air defense. Here's that CC line. BK is going to get the queen. The Hound Loon aggroes the right side kill squad that's split. Ability guarantees the trolling BK because the pups just get trolled by it towards the end. And then he takes away some high hit point storages. That is just time savers. And then the Hound gets dragged all the way over to the corner before it's dead. He's got 2 archers to finish that Hound being dragged down to a corner once he's done with his Lalo. You can zoom out a little bit so you can appreciate the pathing of which he did this. He does fight the sweeper a little bit. But it's worth that trade-off because he gets the Infernal Tower, then the X-Bow, and lets that sweeper push his loons around to come back towards the pack as they all head in towards that second air defense. You got my kid in the background. I'm sure you guys can hear that. She is just cheering me on, or Chris on. Come on, Chris! Come on, Chris! She's probably on some PBS Kids app or something. Back to the raid. Nice heal spot right here. He still has that Hound unbusted to the last moment. Right at this point, this is where the air defense goes down. Larry's come out. He loses some. He loses some of the cleanup pups, but he has enough left over. And he's not chasing the clock to finish off the raid. Plus, he has those 2 archers that drag the Hound way far away from cleanup. And then he has that last loon that he dropped from an odd angle to go straight across the base to get to that CC. We'll go to ×4. Nice job, Chris, man. When I grow up, I want to Lalo like a Tomah and Chris. I do. No pun intended. I really do. Taking tips from these guys. So that was 2 of them. I know we have a 3rd one, and there's the 3rd one right here. The man, the myth, the legend. Ludo going in on man, myth, legend. 19 loons, 2 hounds, 9 bowlers. No heal for this one. Nice, well-placed baby dragon to at the 11 o'clock position. Look at how much is uncovered by that stuff. Gets a mortar and a Tesla, and then continues on its merry way to the left, cleaning up more trash. After it gets sucked into the wizard tower, but it helps take that down. Pops the ability already. Gets 3 air defenses. 1 left for 2 hounds and 19 loons. Odd pathing, but gets so much return investment on that first push. Queen is done. CC's out. I mean, he basically got just about half the base, 45%. Royal CC and 3 air defenses. No sweepers to worry about. Just funky way to deploy loons, which she expertly does. I almost said done did. I almost did that. That would have been the first. Could just imagine. Look what he done did. Anyway, look how many loons he has left over coming in here. Just so many loons. So many loons. All the Larrys coming out, trying to pet the loons at the end. But hopefully they'll lock onto one of these hounds. Make it no, one of them lock onto the hound. After they get done with taking out a loon, and I think they finally did. You can see them starting to pet that loon. Pet that hound. And at this point, you almost don't want the pups to take out the Larry petting the loon, because when the when the hound pops, that's when the pups come out and help his cleanup. He tried to catch that late loon to go down the middle to get to the CC and the core, but a Black Sam that his kill squad pushed over through, and obviously no air to take that out. It was sniped out of the sky. I believe that he's still okay at this point. I don't really remember how much time he had on the clock, but clearly it's a theory out. I wouldn't be showing it. It was still well executed with so much value for that first initial push, and then leaving quite literally half the base to basically overwhelm with rage and haste, and 2 hounds and a lot of loons. Nice job, Ludo. Just for giggles, let's go. I actually wanted to show this one, because this one came so late in the raid. I think it's relative to include in the recap. It's a queen charge gobo. And the reason why I wanted to show this is, number one, that 10v11 game is so freaking hard. They hit hard. I mean, you really... I remember saying, like, wow, it's like only in the 10-11 game versus max point defense usually. This one doesn't have max point defense, but it's still a Town Hall 11 defense with the Eagle, and some of the point defenses, the air targeting, like archer towers and such, they hurt. They hurt a lot, and it's like you can start out great, and then half a second later, it just all goes to crap. You know, it's gone. It's like, but me army, what happened to my army? So I have to show this 10v11. It was really important in the raid. It was the, it took 5 attempts, if I'm not mistaken, to double this base. It was the only stingy Town Hall 11 of the war that we had to deal with. And I really like the way that Peril did this. As he does pull out the CC and decides to just deal with the Hound. And he has 3 rages additional yet to use for his walk here, or charge really. Then starts that golem on the left side to form the other part of the funnel. It's got some wall breakers to go straight into the tip of 6 o'clock. You can see how he does that. I'm a big fan of 5 bowlers behind 1 golem and a rage combination. I mean, look, the funnel that it forms is just tremendous. It really is awesome, though. All kidding aside, it really is great. That 1 golem, 5 bowler, rage combination for a funnel. I find so much value for that on the right types of bases. As he shows the push in here, and the other attempts got really, really close. This one was the one that finally did it. I remember in other ones, we would get to this point, but the queen just for some reason didn't have enough gusto left. I think maybe there was still some point defenses on the left. She got too high or something like that, or too close. But nevertheless, the ability guarantees it, gets quite the respectable percent as well, eclipsing 60, and it was a really nice attempt. So, a big fan of that queen charge variation, with especially the golem 5 bowler rage combination to form 2 parts of a funnel, and then the rest just to get that town hall and percent. Nice job, Peril, and that'll round out this recap with a ×4, because walls don't give you more percent. You can check that army comp. And then that'll do it for this recap. Once again, it's Brutus reminding you, you got to be better than a double. And I will check you next time.